some people, because I'm seeing a new face, right? We are going to be talking about, there are so many words we are going to be using, maybe broken lines, the rest they know, but I keep repeating because it's fundamental, right? We've been walking around driving, and we've seen a straight white line on the road, right? It's called a solid line. And we've seen this one on the road, in the middle of the road, it's broken lines. This one says no overtaking, this one says overtake. It gives you the permission, right? Just so if we are talking and we use the word, let nobody get lost, because they are very current. We use them all the time. Before we are going to our topic for today. For today, we are going to go on stopping and parking, and this may come up. That's why I decided to update us on this. So let's go. We are talking about what's going to this. Chapter 7, page 85. There we go. We're talking about stopping and parking, but we start somewhere. This blue marker is hidden. Forgive my G though. Today we'll be talking about stopping and parking, because driving is not all about it, right? To park properly is also something that you must know. That's what makes the 70% of theoretical rather than practical, right? Stopping and parking. It sounds like you can just, some people think you can park anywhere at any time, whereas it comes with its own problems. For those that haven't gotten the class yet, we'll keep going, then we'll keep coming back, because yes, that's how it works. Okay. Stopping and parking. The first point here is stopping. Because you need to know the difference. We are starting with stopping. Stopping on its own is something else, and then parking is something else. Okay. Here in our book it says, this is a temporal stopping of a vehicle to step down or pick passengers, load or unload a vehicle. Right? That is stopping. It's temporal. Not so. And we know we have signs too that say don't stop, don't park. Yes. If we look in our illustration there, we have an illustration. They say there's a point. Remain near the vehicle to be able to move it if necessary. That's stopping. It's temporal. You must not necessarily take it right deep or go to the soft shoulder. That's another word again. We'll get there. Are we on the stopping? It's perfectly clear now. It's temporal to load or unload vehicles. Parking. This is the immobilization of a vehicle on the road or on the street. Soft shoulder. We'll get there. at the side of the road when you are not stopping. We have talked, we're talking about some key points here. That's another one that came up, soft shoulder. The soft shoulder is the unpaved, this is our road with our two-way, right? The soft shoulder is the unpaved part of the road, that place in a ground for corner road, no? Yes. When you reach where road end, that place in a ground, the soft shoulder. If they say hard shoulder, it means they don't put cement for the, or they don't put quota. Good. So that more no loss. Stopping and parking now during the day, they have their own rules and they have their own ways. In built-up areas is like in our cities, where people they stay on, you park differently or you stop differently. Stopping and parking is along the curb, facing the direction of the traffic flow. Along the curb, again, that's another word we keep using all the time. The curb, when we say curb, let's say we are cutting the road, this road, we are cutting it from a front view. Meaning, let's see, this is our soft shoulder or pedestrian track, right? Getting to the side of the road, you have a small bump. Then you cross the road, you have a small bump, and so on. Are we seeing, this is our soil. This is the top view, and then now this is a cut, right? This is where we work. This line here is found here in the middle, the lane divider. Either your broken line or your solid line is here, so we are seeing the road from here. This is now what is called the curb, this one here. This small bump. When you want to park, you climb by the side of the road to park, not so. This is what is called the curb. That small place where they build a corner road. We high, so corner road, yes, the corner curb be necessary. Normal. Man can park so one tire. It put one tire so. Then put one tire down here. Then the motor say park na so. Which is normally wrong. You're supposed to park by the curb. It's supposed to be like this. This one tire, two tire. Are we getting, I hope the drawing is not funny. Are we getting what I'm saying? Yes. We are supposed to park by the curb, not because anytime you do this, right? By law, if a pedestrian is coming and he needs to come to the road to pass because you've parked on the pedestrian track, you are responsible for that accident. The person that parked the car and sent the pedestrian on the motorway is the one that has the problem.
Do we have a structural addition down there?
We do.
That parking.
The curb. No, the thing is this, right? Everybody parks anyhow, and it's admissible. But when we want to teach the driving, we must teach the right thing.
This Ghana Street Road. This Ghana Street Road.
Yes.
You have this high place now where people walk.
Yes.
Then you have the
motorway, the
so
carriageway.
That high place.
You should not park there. People actually climb on it and leave the road alone. It is called what? Pedestrian track. And it's for what? Pedestrians. It did not say parking, half pedestrian, half parking. That's how it is. But we break the law and everything goes the way it goes. Normal, you park by the curb. You should not even climb up here. Even let's admit that, okay, it is comprehensive for us to park up here. Not so. Let's park at least and leave the pedestrian track. They totally climb on it. Imagine your child coming and walking on the pedestrian tracks and gets to a place, somebody has parked on the pedestrian track. What does the child need to do? Go on the motorway to bypass the car before going back. In that process, if he or she goes there and is knocked down by a car, who caused it? The driver that parked on the pedestrian track. You are the one held responsible. That is normal by the law. Right? Okay. Let's keep going. Two-way road. When we say two-way road, it's our standard road, the ones we have here, meaning the traffic flows in both directions. Parking is to the right. It's comprehensive now, because no matter which direction you are going, it's always your right. You have to go to the side of the road. It's always your right. If you're going this way, it's right. If you turn around and you're coming back up, it's still right. Following the flow of the traffic. Not so. On one-way road, parking is to the left or right. One-way road to the left or the right. Because when the road is unidirectional, everybody is going one way. So if you're coming here, you can park this way. If you're coming here, you can park. So it's to the left or to the right. You park left and right. But when it's two-way, you park according to the flow of your traffic. This person parks here, and then this one parks this way. When you get to a two-way road, you discover that vehicles, one side, all of them are facing one direction. You're either seeing only the tail lights, or the other direction, you see the headlamps. Outside of built-up areas now, we are talking outside of built-up areas, is where people don't live, like highways. Outside of built-up areas, it is preferable to stop and park on the soft shoulder to the right. We've talked about soft shoulder now. The unpaved part of the road, like the ground we have there. Why? Because when we are in outside built-up areas, cars tend to run faster. Right? You see, if there's a curb like this, right? Somebody will come and park here. This our broken line separating the road. Imagine you coming at about 80 and you meet something like that. Somebody parked in the road. It's dangerous, right? That's why they say it is preferable to park on the soft shoulder. Go off the road totally. Try as much as you can to go off the road. We have a point here. Ensure you do not encroach on the road. Encroach now means don't park and leave part of their car on the road. Are we here? Are you see? That's what they say, encroach. Make sure that your car is totally off. Off totally. Because just keeping it halfway is an accident ready to happen. Are we there? Now, at night, again, we're talking during the day, right? You park, make sure you park off the road totally when you're parking. Now, at night, it has its own ways to do it. In built-up areas, again now, back into where people are living, how to park at night. A vehicle on the road must be visible to other users. In a well-lit road, vehicles lighting is not required. When lighting is insufficient, you must indicate the vehicle with side lights. The key word here, when we're talking about that side light, they say what? Must. That's the key word. When the road is well lit, meaning there are street lights, you don't need to, because the vehicle is visible. Are we there? When you park away light day, all my one come, no, you see motor, right from afar, you see the motor. But when light no dey where they place the dark, they get your own way you dey park. They say you must put your side lights. We know what the side light is now. It's not the whole headlamp. It's not the side light. Is just the border lights of a vehicle. That's what shows the size of a vehicle. Turning on our side light will get there, but it's just one click. Where the headlamp is, you just push it one step forward. The side lights are on. Without the headlamps on, are you there? I'm talking to you because small time you ask me say they do not have all side light. That play where headlamp they turn on one time, so pop, it correct side light on. When you're parking where there's total darkness, that's on a main way, on a carriageway, on a main road, you turn on your side lights for other users to see that your car is there. Not so. Okay. I'm sure that's pretty clear now. When parking off the road in a car park, or for example, you do not need signals. You don't need to signal the parked car because you're in a parking. A parking is a parking, right? No signal is required. Normally, if you park by the soft shoulder, you don't need to signal your car. It is parked. If you are parking in a parking lot, you don't need to signal the car. Don't come and leave your side lights on. It is different. Not so. That's pretty clear. Outside of built-up areas, now, still on our highways, and stopping and parking is on the soft shoulder at the side of the road. The vehicle is not on the road, so you do not need signals. Don't need lights, don't need anything. When you are off the road, in general rules, you don't need anything to protect it. Like our triangle, we do need a triangle when we have a breakdown, not so. We need a triangle. That's because you are on the motorway, on the carriageway. But if you are on the soft shoulder, why do you need it? You cannot go and be putting your triangle when your car is well parked on the soft shoulder. You go and indicate with a triangle. When you have a breakdown on the main way or the carriageway, you have to signal the drivers. Why? Because you are obstructing, so that they have ample time to slow down and dodge away from what is happening. So it's the same thing like parking. If you park well, you don't need any signaling. If you know that you are parked on the main way, you need to, if the place is well lit, where there are electric poles and the rest, you don't need any signaling. But if the place is not lit, you need to put on your side lights so that the driver that is coming sees your car from afar and takes the appropriate measures. Not so good. Now, we are going to the signs now about prohibition, because stopping and parking, there are some certain places where it is forbidden for you to park or even stop, because we are still under stopping and parking. Now, we are talking about signs. Signs. The prohibition applies from the sign up to the next junction. On this side where the sign is located, on the soft shoulder and on the road, no stopping, no parking. Which sign is that? You have this. We talked about circles, but we'll still get there. Circles are what? Orders, right? It gives you an order. What you must do or what you must not do. And they come in two different colors. The circles, either it's blue or it's red. When it's red, don't do. When it's blue, you must do. So for this no stopping, no parking, you have your red circle, right? Where that's how the sound is. If you see this, it means that don't even stop to drop your auntie or your uncle or anybody. Pass, go in front. Right? Because we said stopping is temporal, but parking is a mobilization of the car. It means you are parking the car and leaving. But now this one says no stopping, no parking. Meaning that if you see it here, it's right to the next junction that it applies. This one in general, because there's no way to cancel it. When we get to the signs, we always have our signs. For example, you have 50 kilometers, meaning that what? The maximum you require is 50 or below 50, don't go above. And when it ends, they do what? They put a stroke across to say that that order is done. You can go above 50 at that point, right? But with this, how do we cancel this one? Do we have to come and cut another line or do something? That's why they say the sign applies till the next junction. They put it, if they put it here, right till finance, no stopping, no parking along the side of the road where the sign is placed. Are we there? It's simple now. Okay. Then now you have what they say, no parking. Let me take a read. This one is not. No parking only, meaning that you can stop. Not so. It's still the red circle with one line across. That's what. No parking. Meaning that you can stop, right? Yes, don't park, but you can come out, stop, drop somebody off, pick up something. It means you are by the car. You are by the car to move. You are able to move it if need be, like Commercial Avenue. They say no parking now, right? But there are places where if you put it there and you are sitting in the car, when those guys, the council police or something, when they come and they look and somebody sitting in the car, what they do, they pass now. But if you get out of that car and move away, you're not by the car, they will chain you up. It's possible to stop there. Stopping means you are by the car, ready to move it if need be. But parking is total immobilization. You are not even there. It means that if they are looking for you, they will not even know where you are. Right? So if you see this, no parking. We also have this. It's still the same sign with the P in the middle. No parking. Right? Good. And then when it's parking, it's like this. It's not a circle anymore. It's a square and it's blue in color. They're telling you where you should park. Blue colors actually in driving, they actually indicate positions. They're informative. We'll get there. We'll get to all the different signs. We've gone through, so many of them have gone through, but we keep moving forward and we'll still come back. Right? Good. Here they say, we've talked about the two signs now. In short, there are even three, but they're talking only about two here. Now, markings. The markings now on the road that also says no parking, no stopping, they are there. They are also there. Markings now are the is it vertical or vertical road signs? Horizontal. The horizontal road signs, the ones they draw on the road. Good. They are also applicable in this condition. A solid yellow marking may supplement or replace the sign. This one. By the side of the road, meaning the H lines, because we have this another word again that keeps coming back. If this is our road, we don't have most markings here, but we are international drivers in Jesus' name. We are not only going to drive in Cameroon. So when you look, the lines by the road edges, that is what is called the H lines. So it can be broken or solid. So they also tell you not to park. If you remember when we started, I was talking about solid line and broken line. The broken line in the middle of the road says, this broken line in the middle of the road, the one we are used to see, says you can overtake When it's solid, it says no overtaking. Now we are talking about the H lines now. It can be solid and also broken. So if they say no overtaking, it means that you cannot go over that line, right? And then now by the H line, it's also solid. It means you cannot go over. The rule applies. Same thing. So don't see a solid line by the road and then you go over it to park. It is forbidden. So a solid line by the roadside says no parking. Yes, no parking in general, no parking. So if it is yellow, it says now no stopping, no parking. But if it's white, you can stop and do something and go. But when you see it yellow in color, this is it. They say if you don't see this sign, you will see the yellow H line. The H line is going to be yellow. Are we there? Good. A broken yellow marking may supplement or replace the sign. Now this one saying what? Broken yellow line, stopping allowed, but parking, but no parking. Same thing. Broken, stopping, no parking. Yellow, no parking, no stopping. When it's white, you can stop, but you cannot park. Because to park appropriately, you have to park towards the soft shoulder. And if it's white, how do you go over a white solid line? It is forbidden. Are we there? Okay. Now we'll talk about plates. Plates now. I'm very certain. Let me wipe this. I'm very certain we've seen. We know our road signs, right? There are so many road signs. Now we are talking about plates. For example, let me use, which sign am I going to use? Okay, let me use this. The sign we are talking about, no parking, no stopping, right? Like this. It's standing on what? It's standing on the pole. It always stands by the roadside, right? Now the plates they are talking about are additional things. This is what they call a plate. There's a sign and then there's another plate at the bottom. They come in various shapes and sizes, not so, and they are what? Informative. Anytime you see a rectangular or a square or and whatever plate, that's now informative. It informs you, it gives you further explanation about the sign above. Are we there? So now we are talking about plates, and if you look in our books, we'll see some arrow plates there. We call them directional plates, but it's still a plate. They have made it slim there, and we have arrows pointing. You can point this way, point down, point any direction. It's just about understanding what they mean, not so. This first one, this one now that is presented here, meaning that you have seen the no parking, no stopping with an additional plate with an arrow pointing up. It says what? Prohibited from this sign. Are we there? From the sign, meaning if the road is like this, right? And this sign is standing here, right? With its directional plate, it means that you can park here. You can come and actually park here. But you cannot park after the sign. But you can park before the sign, because it's indicating here that from this sign to, that's why the arrow Then now, we have another one with the arrow pointing up and down at the same time.
This other area is not well.
Meaning that, I was saying that it says from this sign to the front. Meaning that the no parking, no stopping applies only from the sign and forward, not backward.
Backward you can.
You can park. So you can park before the sign, but you can't park after the sign. Are we clear there now? Okay. Then now, this one now shows an arrow is showing up and down at the same time. It says what? Prohibition before and after the sign. Are we getting it now? These ones always come in the middle when the prohibition is too long. When the distance where the prohibition of no parking, no stopping is a little bit too long. Some people tend to forget that there's a prohibition before. You keep going, and then you discover that there's no sign. You decide to park. So they will put this one now in the middle, telling you again that even left and right, don't try it. Don't park. With the arrows pointing up and down, meaning that it's still elongated. Then when you get to the point now where you see the sign now pointing down, prohibited before the sign, end of prohibition, meaning that's where it stops. It ends here. So it's like it starts here, it ends here. Up, that's where it starts. When it ends, it's down. When it's still there, it's both direction, up and down. It means that it's still applied. It's very simple to comprehend. If you see it pointing up, they are telling you that from here, going, don't park. When you see it pointing down, it means that it ends here. If you see it both direction, up and down, it's saying that left and right. Because you can miss the first sign, but you can also get to a place where you see the other sign still telling you that both direction. And then you can come. If you see it pointing down, meaning that after the sign, you can park. Right? If you are coming now, here, we are coming from, let me just change the direction. We are coming from this direction, right? And then the sign is standing here. No parking, with the arrow pointing downwards. Not so. It means that after the sign, if you pass the sign, you can park here. It's telling you where the prohibition ends. It means you can park after the sign. It's allowed. But there's also a rule that says never park close to signs if you block them. If your vehicle is too high, don't park close to a road sign because you're covering it. For example, if we say we have our no parking now, our no parking here. Then you come with your semi-remote. Let me just, I don't know what I'm drawing here, but we understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, somebody coming from behind here, can he see this side? No. You've covered the sign, right? So it is forbidden to park too close to signs if you are covering them, because you're making the other users not to see the signs. Signs are there for everybody not to, so you don't carry a big vehicle. But if your vehicle is low enough that the person coming from behind you can see the sign, yes, can do it. But we always advise to park at least 5 meters away from a road sign. We are talking about parking. Yes, parking. Don't park too close to a road sign. In any order, it's best you park at least 5 meters away. If your vehicle is high, try to park in such a way that the other drivers or the other road users can see the road signs.
Does it mean that those no parking areas normally will not have soft shoulders?
Even if there's a soft shoulder, when there is a sign, it's prohibited. Even if there's a soft shoulder, they have said no parking. They do have their reasons. At times it's for security reasons. At times it's because those are people's gates and doors. Because when you say no stopping, no parking, at times there is no sign. We have no signs now. We don't have signs at certain places now. But do you go and park your car in somebody's gate? You cannot go and park in front of somebody's gate. So there are certain things that you use your own brain. Okay, let's keep going. Now we are talking about no parking. We talked about no stopping, no parking, right? Now we are talking about no parking, but stopping is allowed, which the sign now is our circle with one stroke. Okay, now the first one says, we are talking about with plates. Our topic is still with plates. Prohibited to the left. Now the sign is this way now. The plates are now this way. They are showing. When you see it like this arrow is pointing. What arm is this? It's left now. It means that there is no parking to the left. I hope it's understandable. No parking to the left. When it's like this now, the arrow showing both directions. It says what? Prohibited to park left and the right. So definitely, when it's like this, they will say what? No parking to the right. Because plates, road signs or plates, all these road signs, they were made in such a way that even if you went to school or not, it should be at least comprehensive when explained to you. Are we there? If this one says not to the right, it means not to the both left or right. As simple. You just need to know the sign and the plate indicated. Then now we have categories. This one will say, because the plate there is a category plate under. That one now is a category plate. What is drawn there is a truck. Something like this. That's a category plate. It's specific to this category of vehicle. Goods vehicle. Any vehicle with a carriage. Are we there? It's simple now. But when it's just those arrows, it's for everybody. Now here, it says prohibition to what? Same thing. It could be like this. No stopping, no parking for trucks only, meaning little vehicles. When they specifically put that category, it means the rest are not applicable. You can park when they put the category there. Because it can be like this. No parking. You have our P and the arrow like this. And with a sign. Now that plate there is additional information to tell you that this sign is only for, so you coming with your small car, if you come with your little car and you're coming and you see this one, it is not applied. They are not talking to you. Are we there? Good. But when there's nothing, it's everybody. They change the category only when the vehicles are bigger. But when, if our no overtaking, which I'm certain so many people know it, this one is for all vehicles. All. But now, when if they change it and put the truck there, they are talking no overtaking for trucks only, meaning that small vehicles can overtake. We'll still get there. That's a whole topic on its own. No parking. Some prohibitions are not necessarily signaled by a sign. Okay, we're talking about it. You must not park, but stop. Stopping is authorized. Now, these are the topics now there. We say in front of gates and gateways. They don't need to put a sign there that no parking. How can you come and park in front of somebody's gate? It makes no sense, right? In double parking, as long as you affect traffic as little as possible. Double parking, what do we say? What do we say double parking meaning? This our road with our broken lines, right? When they say double parking, it means somebody parks here and then you come and park here. That's what it's called, double parking. It's understandable now. Somebody has parked, then you come and park again. Same. Only when two people park here in our roads, as small as our roads are, when somebody parks there and then somebody parks here, adjacent, it's complicated when driving now. Yes, because you need to come, and as the roads are small, you need to come at least in the middle, and then the next person coming has to wait for you to pass. So when they say parking by the curb, as we talked about, that you park by the curb now, when you see somebody parked here, your next position should be, don't park adjacent. You park in front, the next man in front. Let the road, let it go zigzag. Don't park directly adjacent or it's opposite. Is it adjacent or opposite? At times we get them. It's opposite now. Okay, adjacent is like this.
Adjacent is after the
okay. Beautiful. I love that. Then we say no stopping or parking. Some areas are dangerous, where you should not stop or park in dangerous areas. At times they don't need to signal. Right? Here it says what? You must not stop or park near level crossing, the borrow of a hill, bends, junctions. That's another word we keep using, level crossing. Level crossing, when you hear the word level crossing in driving, a level crossing is any time, this is our road, the motorway where the cars move, right? A level crossing is when the railway passes across the motorway. I hope it's understandable. When railway, train road, meet up motor road, we then the same level. For example, Bonaberi Bridge, wrong point, level crossing the day for day. When motor and train they for the same level, because normally it either pass on top or under. But when the two meet up for the same level, now they call a level crossing. We'll get there. The signs are this one and this one. We'll get there when we are going into road signs. This one is showing a gate now. Yes, it's a gate. Then this one is just an empty train. This gate here, the sign for level crossing, as you see it like this, we say, first of all, triangles warn of potential dangers. They are warning signs. They warn you, any triangle is a warning. But if in the middle now you see, since we are talking about level crossing, let's keep it there. This sign, if you see it, red triangle and the lines, is telling you that this one is already the railway tracks and it's also representing a gate at the same time. Not so. But if you see the sign without, and you see a train or train engine or something, I don't know how to draw a train. Let's just with the choo-choo on top. It's simply telling you that there is no gate, there is no protection. You have to slow down and then use your intuition to cross it. But we'll get there. It's a whole topic on its own. Since we are talking about it, we just need to talk about it. They say near level crossings, the borough of a hill. What's the borough of a hill? I hope we are getting it now. When they say borough of a hill, this is our road. This is our road, and then we are going up, and then we start going down. The borough now is here. The blind spots. For example, you park here. Right? The person coming from here, can he see you? He can't, right? So if you need to park, you need to go further down and park a little bit downward, so that he has ample time when he completes the climb. When he wants to descend, he has seen you in front and he takes the appropriate measures. But if you park here, immediately as he's coming up, bang, he's meeting you. So either way, it's applicable in both directions. Are we there? Good. The next one was what? Bends. It's the same thing. Broken line, then you come and park here. Somebody is coming from here on good speeds. Before he turns, you are parked. That's a problem. Not so. So the two are the same. At the borough of a hill or a bend, because they call them blind angles. It's blind, you cannot see. Normally, all bends, even here, we don't have those lines. All bends have solid lines. All bends. Anytime it's blind, you cannot see in front. Consider a solid line in the middle of the road. Meaning that don't go above, don't overtake, stay there till you can see what is in front of you before you do anything. Okay, some areas cause inconvenience. You must not stop or park between the edge of the road and a solid line if the width of the road is not sufficient. Same thing I was saying. This is now where our no parking, when we say park by the curb, right, is allowed here, because if you park actually, right, on the between the edge of the road, it becomes very difficult. Because the road is small, you're coming, the road is like this, and then your car is like this. It's not convenient for you to park there now. So we understand that it is a problem. That is why it is almost allowed. Because really, we shouldn't even park. Even Ghana Street is big enough for you to park by the curb. When they say by the curb, it means you have to be by the edge of the line here. Your car is very close. So for that small bungem where you climb a corner road, so go right for corner, so stand. Correct. Are we there? Good. On cycle path or bus stop, pedestrian crossing, curbs. They are still talking about no parking, no stopping. Cycle tracks, there are places where they are provided. We don't have them here, but there's a place where it's provided for cyclists. It's for bicycles. You cannot go and park there, meaning you are pushing the bicycle riders back to the road. On pedestrian tracks, the same thing we are talking here. Everywhere they park on pedestrian tracks now, somebody will climb totally He leaves the motorway and climbs on the pedestrian track and park there. Imagine for us even, we are even aware, us adults, you get there, you have to go to the motorway. You look before you go, not so. But for a child that is coming, he's just coming and he comes, the car is blocking, he just going down for road. Yeah, bang, motor on that. So it is not advisable to park on the pedestrian track. Even if you have to park halfway and leave some space for the pedestrian. Don't go and cover it totally. Anything that normally happens to that pedestrian, if a person is hit by law, you that parked there, that forced him to go to the road, you are responsible. Not even the person that hit the pedestrian. Are we there? Good. Near signs, light signals, if the vehicle hides them. We just talked about it now. You don't park near signs or lights. If your vehicle is hiding the sign, they should not tell you not to park there. You have to just know that, no, this my car is going to block that sign. Those people coming will not understand what is happening. So don't park there. Near vehicle, where the vehicle prevents access or exit of other parking vehicles. I like this one. I used to do it. Yes. We park for play, so other man go on come out in we no day, or you want enter the park, we no day.
Like in church.
No, hey, Mrs. now. See, I used to come sometimes, me, I don't do unknowingly, which is wrong, but you should be ready.
Yes.
Maybe man confess. So I don't block my suit to enter, so they go inside married. As a cow job, the one come no man knows I do job no. I don't park motor now. They enter me. They say, owner of the Lincoln Navigator number plate, I say, I'm here. I come on now, go take a park. I mean, they know some cow job. No, some people do it. I'm confessing, I've done it because the car I came with. I was coming, the occasion was already happening. So I'm coming, cars are already there, nobody saw me coming. I said, if you do I just park now for play. Before motor one pass, they will call me. I pass, go enter, she don't. Please, special announcement. Please, the owner of the white Lincoln Navigator plate number, as I'm here, they say, please go and shift. Yes, and I went. It's good to crack jokes. Okay. Types of parking now. There are different types of parking. Different types of parking. We have now what? Parallel parking. Parallel is as the word goes. Commercial is not parallel. When we say parallel parking, it means one for front, the other one. The normal ones we do here now, that's parallel parking. So one park for front, so one park for front, so one. As the word goes, parallel. Then now you have what again? Angle parking. This is now commercial avenue level. Yes. Commercial avenue level, meaning they are parking like this. In angles. Sliding to one side now at an angle. We've seen them, not so. I'm sure most of us will witness angle parking now. Commercial avenue, they don't park straight, it's sideways. Then now you have now what? Perpendicular. Perpendicular now is straight. Most of these ones, you find them in parking lots. Like this. You park straight. And so on and so forth. I hope it's pretty straightforward now. It needs no explanation, not so. Then you have now what they say, paid Parking. If you remember, I told you that when the sign is like this, when it's square, rectangular, but with 4 corners, it is informative. That's a normal parking sign. Anywhere you go. Blue in color, meaning that it is where you must do it. Don't go and do it elsewhere. Right? We said road signs come in different colors, and the colors mean different things. For don't do, they are red. For you must do, they are blue. Being it secular or what. Right? This is now a position plate. We'll get there when we get to our different types of plate. So position plate is telling you where it's happening and where you must do it. This one, if it's paid, if you look in our illustration, you see something there like a meter, right? Something like a meter. It always has a gauge. It has a gauge or a needle. So that's parking meter. It's showing you that this is paid parking. You must pay to park when it has. But if it's just naked without anything there, it means it's free for everybody to park. This one is telling you where it is. It is here. You see it exactly where the parking spots are. Yes. Then now we have here we have paid parking zone. Paid parking without no parking without paying. Have we seen the sign? We are there now. Are we all having a book? What's the difference there? What's the difference between those two signs? Somebody please just tell me sharp. What's the difference?
The first one, the gauge is the same plate with the sign.
Paid parking zone. Good. Then the next one.
The gauge has its own.
Okay. Let me remind you, you did not see this. The square now is informative. It means it's a whole zone. It's the whole zone. Then here is, because the sign now is just the sign like this, which says what? No parking, right? No, this one is no parking. The sign on its own, no parking. But now they have given an additional plate there. We've talked about plates and what their functions are. They're informative. It's telling you now, you have that same meter there now. Right? It's telling you that no parking without pay. It means you can park there if you pay for. You can park there if you paid for it. For example, we have some banks, offices, right, that have reserved parking by the roadside in front of their office. It's there. They can put this sign, no parking without paying. Since you don't walk there, when you come and you see it, what do? You proceed and you go forward. But those walking there, they actually come and park freely. Not so. If people could obey signs, these are signs we will have around Commercial Avenue. But now they have to pay a guard to put fences in front there or place boards. Whereas this is what is supposed to be there. No parking without paying. If you are coming and you stand, you see it, you know that you have not paid to park here. You pass. He or she that works there is our office because they actually take it out of your salary. Those private parking places, they take it out of your salaries. You don't feel it, but it's there because the company cannot provide everything. Since you're the one having the car, driving the car, you're parking there. It's a privilege, right? Yes, you must pay for any favor you obtain. Are we there? Good. Let's go. Parking is authorized for a limited time. The time is indicated in the parking meter. Machine provides a ticket after payment. We used to have that at Commercial Avenue now. Yes, but we had no ticket. just had a timer. You put a coin was about 1 hour, right? 100 francs. Yeah, when you put 100 francs, it's about 1 hour. So the more coins you put, the more time you have. Respect the parking time indicated. Please place the ticket behind the windscreen. That's now for our Europe bush faller them, because I'm seeing bush fallers here. Hey boys, even I love it. I'm seeing bush fallers. Amen. Before leaving your vehicle, now they are talking about parking and leaving your vehicle. How do we go about it? Very important point here. Ensure that the vehicle is completely immobilized with your handbrakes on. Are we there?
Yes.
We know all that now. Okay. Turn the wheel towards the curb on the hill. We have even videos on our YouTube channel. So many people can update themselves there. We've talked about parking in inclinations on hills, either facing down or facing up. When they say turn your wheel to the curb, this is our curb now. Let me make the curb red. This is our curb here. When you're parking in an inclination, turn the wheel towards the curb, meaning the wheel is like this. The front wheel, as you park, turn the wheel so that your wheel is blocked. For that small place now, that small place, they say, come. When you park on the road, you turn your tire so me block for it. So that even if your handbrake fail, that one day the wish you will hold the tire for the motor will go down. Same thing, even if you park within and up, turn the tire, make the tire block again for the wheel. That means you're in the opposite direction now. That means the tire go down and so. What's happening? Means you go down and so. Where if you want reverse as in the turn, you want reverse, you block now here. The way you face down, you turn and so. You go now up, you turn and back and so. Are we there? It's understandable now. Good. For more referral, it's on our YouTube channel. I'm sure you people, because there are so many people, they don't come to class. They have to, like this class for today, they will upload it. Those that could not come because there are some people that are blocked, they will watch the class online. The next one is what? Set children down on the curbside. Very understandable now. Still, the curb is the edge of the road. If children have to go down, let them go down towards the curb. Let them not come out towards the motorway or on the road. Children are what? Unpredictable. For an elder, you can come out. While coming down, you're very cautious of what's happening. But for kids, they will just jump and, right? So always make sure that children come out of the vehicle towards the curb, towards the soft shoulder, hard shoulder, pedestrian track. That's the curb. I'm sure we are there now. How are we feeling about? Is it informative? It's informative now. Should we proceed? Should we proceed?
Sure.
Okay. Then this is going to be a different topic. For our viewers, anything, those online, anything you need to know, or if the classes are not clear enough, please put down on the comment section, you put down your quarrels or your questions, and we'll work on that. See you next class.